and reach for the stars, Wild Pack. It's Bernadette, and I'm here with your Sagittarius tarot reading for June 2021. Ooh, Sagittarius, just like you like to let that arrow fly, you've got a sugar glider for this month. That is who has shown up for you as your spirit totem and power animal, oracle card, whatever you want to call it. And there is just such cool stuff going on for you this month. Let's get right in there. So, listen, if there's any sign that loves to spread their proverbial wings and fly, just like the sugar glider, just like your arrows, it's you, Sagittarius. Luckily this month, the adorable sugar glider is here to just make all of that much sweeter and let your dreams take flight. And just so many amazing things are going to be happening for you this month because sugar glider, even though they're little bitty and adorable, they're really courageous. And, you know, Sagittarians, your zodiac sign, can be super courageous. And even though sugar gliders are eensy beensy cutie pie little things, they've got the heart of a lion and such this big spirit, you know? They don't back down in the face of danger. They love exploring new things. And, you know, let's face it, when they take off and they go from one tree to the other, they have to trust that the winds will be right and that they'll be able to glide just fine. And that really is quite a lesson for Sagittarians this month in June of 2021, because it suits you just fine, given that you're the wanderer of the zodiac. And this month, breaking out of your comfort zone and recreating traditions is going to be an important aspect of your journey. So don't hold yourself back right now. Make sure that during this month, you look for the opportunities, jump when you know, I'm not saying just go ahead and take a leap of blind faith. You know, you're going to have to check some things first before you just jump out there. But the biggest thing that Sugar Glider is helping you do this month is explore your options and then have the faith in yourself that when you do decide to take off and glide to that new tree or that new opportunity, that you've got the faith in yourself that you can make it happen. Now, no one has to tell you to dream big, right? Like, really, what Sagittarian doesn't dare to dream big yet? The sugar glider is definitely aiding you in the process of doing this. And if you'll pay attention to the signs you receive from this little miniature messenger, not only will you smile a lot and probably get on YouTube and watch a lot of sugar glider videos, but you'll hear messages that may be coming from a physically small source, but the message is just humongous. Now, Sagittarius, you might be gearing up for a change in status or recognition or admiration that's might be overdue. It's been on the horizon for a while and you just haven't kind of stepped into it. But Sugar Glider can help you see things through a different perspective. And their idealistic lens helps you to see your full potential. And the question is whether or not you're able to see your full potential now or not. And so if you can take a step back and just start to see yourself the way others see you, you might be very, very surprised. Take the time to intentionally gain feedback from those who support and love you, and let their words and vision help you shape the way you see yourself. You know, this month you may have a chance to take on the role of leadership and status, and playing small is not going to suit you. Then again, neither will false confidence. So let Sugar Glider help you project an image that's just right. Then from the 1st to the 7th, Jupiter, Sagittarius' ruling planet, is in Pisces, forming a trine to Venus in final degrees of Gemini and early degrees of Cancer. This is a great time to explore the supernatural, the spiritual, the esoteric. Draw on your natural interest. You've got such an interest in humanities, spirituality, healing, but extend from the mundane to the, anything that really kind of extends from the mundane to the emotional realm. Exploring how your consciousness can change your perspective and your very sense of reality is favored now. Red pill yourself when it comes to delving into higher understanding of spiritual practices you feel drawn to. And don't just view these practices as theoretical now, but let go and embrace aspects of your culture or belief that allow you to fully immerse yourself in other realms. Meditation, drumming, ritual, music that you love, any practices that shift your consciousness are really favored now. And you might feel even drawn to change your home in some way to make it easier to engage in these enlightening practices. Now, on the 7th, the moon conjunct Uranus in fellow fixed sign Taurus can bring you They can kind of bring you back down to earth, maybe get you a little more grounded, which might be just what you need, just a little bit after taking off into the other realms earlier in the month. Grounding yourself in practical matters related to diet, health, finance, and work might be necessary. Although these topics might sound tedious to you, Sagittarius, Uranus will ensure that nothing about this process is boring. In fact, you may be compelled to dramatically change your routines related to work, home, and health now. June 10th brings the new moon solar eclipse into Gemini, which is your opposing sign. This new moon can enhance your intellectual energy and bring greater interest to your social life. And this is a great time to reconnect with friends, pay attention to your allies and colleagues. You may also have to balance the desire to enjoy your social network and the desire to expand even farther from home. You might start to feel as if your friends and connections are maybe a little too small-minded or provincial, or they just, they won't at least explore the kinds of things that you want to explore. And that might be true. And perhaps you're really longing for a change of scenery and feeling really claustrophobic, but just don't jump to conclusions and don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Not just yet. Take the initiative to follow the new ideas that excite you, because you'll find people, your passion and your desire for invention will lead you on a larger journey in the days to come. And just try to envision, instead of spending time on what your current friend said or work set now doesn't do, can't do, won't do, turn your focus and attention to the possibilities that are forthcoming for you, and be open to friends and a new network that of more expansive thinking, or just really more in alignment with what you're embracing at the time. That they will come into your path by natural circumstances. Now, on June 12th, Mars enters Leo and remains in opposition with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn until the 16th. Woof, that's going to bring to surface matters that need to be released, especially in your career. Break with traditions now. You may feel grandiose and seek the spotlight, but don't rush to make yourself the focus or the focus of a conflict or a project at work. Instead, try to keep a balanced perspective. Now, you may have some concerns about your ambitions and personal goals, but if you're too focused on your status or goals, you may miss out on a significant opportunity to reinvent yourself professionally. So, from June 22nd through the 24th, the moon transits your sign of Sagittarius, and you might be called to deal with a family situation that returns your focus to home and personal life. Your zodiac sign may also form a family-like relationship with someone who lives abroad, and that would be a great time to trust your intuition and pay attention to nurturing those deeper desires. Sagittarius, you are a really courageous go-getter, man. You're always aiming at something, and, something's always in your line of sight. And so during this time, the need to tend to your sensitive nature, the more soft side of you becomes even more prevalent. Slow down and listen to what your deepest feelings are trying to convey. Then from the 22nd through the 27th, the sun in Cancer forms a trine to Jupiter in Pisces. This further enhances your focus on family and home, but rather than feeling confined by the needs of others, you'll likely feel now as if your connection to family and loved ones is your luxury ticket to achieving your dreams. Look for opportunities to travel or overcome limitations by collaborating with and showing empathy and compassion for your family and loved ones. Bring your philosophy and spiritual beliefs into your personal life in more practical ways. Make sure your home and family routines align with your spiritual beliefs and your teachings. And you can even bring that into the workplace. Then from the 23rd up until June 30th, Uranus is in the fellow fixed sign of Taurus, square Mars in fixed sign of Leo. For the duration of this period, expect unexpected changes and calamitous catalysts that just kind of blow things up a bit, and set off a chain of events that could leave you scrambling to adjust your financial plans. You may have everything all mapped out when it comes to work and finances, but only to have to return to the drawing board a few times over. It's okay. Making adjustments that ensure you are staying ahead of unexpected disruptions, expenses, even changes related to your work. You can do that now, and you may very well find that those changes and whatnot out of calamity becomes much greater opportunity. Now, Sagittarius, you are not one to turn away from adventure, and you may enjoy a little bit of havoc as the chance to break up the monotony. You might even feel emboldened now as you set off with difficulties that challenge your security. You know, you love facing off with things. So money, matters related to money, work, health, things that you thought were constant or set in stone have proven to be fickle, but that very well may be right up your alley, because your challenge now, and you know you love challenges, is to adapt and reinvent your career or personal images by making changes to your health, routines, or work. You have a lucky streak, and you know it. So perhaps this is why you never sweat the small stuff. Even when dramatic changes are on the horizon, you trust your ability to land on your own 2 feet, and as well you should. Now, Sagittarius, on June 28th, the moon conjunction or conjunct Jupiter in Pisces satisfies your desire for a utopian connection. You might feel compelled to study, talk about, or collaborate on projects that relate to your spiritual or philosophical beliefs now. This can be a great time to attend a retreat, one that allows you to delve deeper into spiritual practice or study. You may be able to bring your optimistic attitude to a relationship or family conflict, and your influence can help empower those around you. From the 28th through the 30th, Jupiter in Pisces forms a quincunx aspect to Venus in Leo. Your ability to harness your psychic and spiritual guidance and serve as an influential leader is evolving now. And though you're growing and learning to share your compassionate vision in new ways, you may not yet feel comfortable being a spokesperson or a guru. Just give yourself time to adjust to a role of leadership and guidance. Others are placing that in you now. They see you in that role, and you do want to step into it. But it may take a little bit of adjustment time, and you may go to the extremes of humility and then grandiosity and then back and forth. It's okay. Just keep working on refining your message, and that way you can find the perfect way to serve as the healer or leader you're being called to now. So I hope that's helpful. Pick up a copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that dinger bell. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want help with, please get on over to gatheringofmystics.com. I'm trying to spread the word. I'm only answering questions now and returning messages on gatheringofmystics.com. It's my personal forums, my private forums. It's free to join, and it's very safe. It's moderated, and that is a place where you can feel free to ask whatever you want, say whatever you want, and interact with a community of extremely like-minded individuals who are kind and compassionate and open. So, as always, one of the most important things, though, do good for animals, including yourself, stay wild, and keep reaching for those stars.